Hey guys, it's Nick, and in this video I'm going to talk about the big surprise that Jeff Bezos is stepping down as CEO of Amazon after they reported earnings after the close today. So I'm going to talk about why this is a surprise and why it's also kind of not a surprise and why he is doing it now and what does this mean for Amazon the company and Amazon the stock in the short and long term. Amazon's fourth quarter earnings report after the close beat out all estimates. Their sales were up to 125 billion, beating the estimates of 119 billion, and their earnings per share was $14, beating the estimates of $7.30 and more than doubling their fourth quarter earnings from a year ago of $6.47. Amazon's cloud services, AWS, just missed their sales estimates slightly, and they forecasted that first quarter sales would be between 100 and 106 billion, so significantly above Wall Street estimates of 95 billion. But the big shocker was that Jeff Bezos will step down as CEO and transition to the role of executive chair in the third quarter of 2021 after 27 years at Amazon. And although he won't be CEO, he says, as executive chair, I will stay engaged in important Amazon initiatives, but also have the time and energy I need to focus on the Day One Fund, the Bezos Earth Fund, Blue Origin, the Washington Post, and my other passions. And Andy Jassy, who's currently the CEO of Amazon Web Services, will be the CEO of the entire company when Bezos steps down. Now, in the after hours, Amazon stock fell about $100 on the news, but quickly recovered and actually made new highs after, I guess, everybody digested the news and realized that this was a well planned out thing. It wasn't just a spur of the moment negative for Amazon. So why is Jeff Bezos stepping down a surprise and not a surprise? It's a surprise because he didn't kind of signal it ahead of time saying like, I'm going to be looking to transition or get somebody to replace me. He just came out and said it. But it's not a surprise if you've been following his personal life in the last few years. He got divorced from his wife. He has this girlfriend. He's, traveling around on yachts with David Jeffett and living the good life and stuff. So it seems like he's partially checked out of Amazon. I mean, when you're worth $185 billion, do you really care if you can shave off another 10 cents on shipping or implement some drone package deliveries or something like that? He's 56 years old. He's not getting any younger. Maybe he got 15 good years to, do what he really wants to do. So I'm not surprised. Actually, I am surprised. I'm surprised he didn't do it 15 years earlier. A lot of people on Wall Street have been suggesting that Amazon spin off the AWS as a separate company. And so they say in this article on Zero Hedge, however, today's decision appears to be the main reason why Bezos resisted that pressure. So I guess he didn't want to do that knowing that he's going to be stepping down in the near future. So maybe with Andy Jassy taking over as CEO, the spinoff of AWS may be on the table. And so that may be a catalyst for Amazon stock to unlock some of the value, especially with all these companies being frothy right now. If you can get two Amazons out of one, that could probably unlock a lot of value in Amazon possibly. And just to understand why somebody would want to spin off AWS from the retail operations, have a look at Amazon's operating margin by segment. This is AWS. Their operating margins since 2015 have been growing to the point of about 30% or so. Last quarter was almost 28%. Now, contrast that with their regular retail of selling stuff online, and that's more in the line of 3%, 4%, something like that. And their international retail has been losing money since 2015, and only in the last 3 quarters has it gone slightly positive. So the real moneymaker of all of Amazon's business that has the most earnings is AWS by far. So when you add AWS profit margin to the retail profit margin, the total profit margin for Amazon is right about 5.5%. And their projected revenue growth for the next quarter, first quarter of 2021, is something like 37% or so. And surprisingly, I didn't know this, but Amazon has about 1.3 million employees. So what's likely to happen to Amazon, the company, and Amazon, the stock, in the short and long term? Well, you saw after hours, the initial knee-jerk reaction was that it fell down, but after people realized that this is something well planned out and well thought out, and Amazon is a well-oiled machine that pretty much could run with the managers that they have. They don't probably necessarily need Jeff Bezos anymore, even though I'm sure he's going to be keeping a watchful eye on it, just from maybe a little bit farther distance. And so other big companies that you could look at that the CEO was like the face of the company or the founder is companies like Microsoft and Apple, of course. So with Microsoft, Bill Gates stepped away and put Steve Ballmer in there, and Microsoft has been doing well as a company and a stock ever since. So once you get to a big level like that, it seems like they got the staff in place, the managers they need, and these things run pretty well. Steve Jobs was the face of Apple, and when he died, it was a bit of a shock, but it wasn't completely unexpected. He was sick for a while, but the stock did fall for a little bit, I remember, but it quickly recovered that and made new highs not much longer afterwards, and it basically hasn't looked back from there. So it seems these companies get so big that they're on their trajectory, and there has to be a lot of screw ups for it to get taken off its path. And so I'm sure Amazon is on a similar path like that and has world-class managers that are going to watch this thing. And I'm sure Jeff Bezos is also going to be checking in to make sure things are, going in the right direction, but not doing a day-to-day micromanaging of Amazon. Now, a lot of financial advisors and business gurus tell you not to trade your time for money, meaning don't have an hourly rate because you'll never get rich that way. And the example is whether you're a factory worker making 20 bucks an hour or even a neurosurgeon making $500 an hour, there's still a limited amount of hours in the day that you can work, so your salary is capped, unlike somebody like Jeff Bezos. But Jeff Bezos has been working at Amazon for 27 years. So let's say his net worth now is 185 billion, and let's say he worked 60 hours a week for 27 years at Amazon. His hourly rate would come out to like $2.2 million. And assuming he worked even harder and worked 100 hours a week at Amazon, that would still come out to an hourly rate of $1.3 million an hour for the last 27 years. But the thing that I don't understand about Jeff Bezos and other millionaires is this. He could have quit 15 years ago and had 15 more years of his life to do what he wanted. Maybe Amazon was doing what he wanted, but the point is he had enough money 15, even maybe 20 years ago to quit and never work again a day in his life. And every minute and every hour that he still works for Amazon, even if he's making $2 million an hour or whatever, that money is essentially zero, because every extra dollar, every extra million, every extra billion he gets, he cannot spend it. No matter how many steaks or Lamborghinis or yachts he buys or private planes or anything like that, he cannot spend that money in his lifetime. So he is not going to get any more extra minutes or hours in his life, even if he gets another $200 billion or whatever. So I know a lot of billionaires like Jeff Bezos, Elon Musk, Warren Buffett, Bill Gates all watch my channel. And so my advice to them is once you get a certain amount of money, cut it out already. You don't need to keep working. So you're not going to get any more hours in your life. So enjoy the time you have once you have enough money. And what number is enough? 10 million, 20 million, 100 million, 1 billion. There's really no need to make 100 billion or whatever if it means you have to work and spend more hours of your life that you can never get back. So guys, if you like this video, hit the thumbs up and I'll see you on the next one. Thanks for watching.